Unit 3, Lesson 13, Benchmark Percentages. Number 1A, how can you find 50% of a number quickly in your head? You can divide the number by 2 or multiply the number by 1/2. Either way, you're cutting the number in half. B. Andre lives 1 6/10 kilometers from school. What is 50% of 1 6 kilometers? 1.6 kilometers divided by 2, or 1/2 times 1.6 kilometers equals 8/10. C. Diego lives 1/2 mile from school. What is 50% of a half mile? Well, remember, 50% is half, so what's half of a half a mile? Half of a half a mile is 1/4 of a mile. Number 2. There is a 10% off sale on laptop computers. If someone saves $35 on a laptop, what was its original cost? If you get stuck, consider using the table. Look at the right-hand column of the table under percentage. We started out with 10%, and then underneath it we have 100%. We multiplied the 10 times 10 to make it 100. We need to multiply the 35 times 10, and we get 350. The original cost of the laptop computer was $350. Number 3. Explain how to calculate these mentally. A. 15 is what percentage of 30? Well, I know that 15 is half of 30, so 15 is 50% of 30. B. 3 is what percentage of 12? I could begin solving this by asking, 12 divided by what number equals 3? And I know that 12 divided by 4 equals 3, so if I cut 12 up into 4 pieces, each piece would be worth 3. And when you cut something up into 4 pieces, you're cutting it up into fourths, which is the same thing as 25 hundredths, or 25%. So 3 is 25% of 12. C. 6 is what percent of 10? Well, it's pretty easy to turn 10 into 100, so 6 to 10 ratio is the same as 60 to 100 ratio, and 60 to 100 is the same as 60 hundredths, which is 60%. So 6 is 60% of 10. Number 4. Noah says that to find 20% of a number, he divides the number by 5. For example, 20% of 6 is 12, because 60 divided by 5 equals 12. Does Noah's method always work? Explain why or why not. I put the percentage on the left column and the number on the right column. On the right-hand column, let's do 60 divided by 5 to get 12. Now on the left-hand column, let's do 100% divided by 5 to get 20%. Well, that obviously works. Yes, dividing by 5 is the same as multiplying by 1/5, and 1/5 of something is always 20%. Number 5. Diego has 75% of $10. Noah has 25% of $30. Diego thinks he has more money than Noah, but Noah thinks that they have an equal amount of money. Who is right? Explain your reasoning. Well, Diego has 75% of $10. Here I've represented $10 as a giant pie, and I've cut that pie into 4 pieces, or fourths. 1/4 is worth $2.50, and each of the other fourths are also worth $2.50. So if he has 3/4 of that pie shaded in yellow, that's 75% of $10, and $2.50 times 3 equals $7.50. So 75% of $10 would be worth $7.50. In this diagram, I'm representing what Noah has. Noah has 25% of $30. And again, I cut this pie up into 4 pieces, And Noah has 25%, or 1/4, which is represented in green. $30 divided by 4 equals $7.50. So 1/4, or 25% of $30, would be $7.50. Noah is right. They both have $7.50. Number 6. Lynn and Andre start walking towards each other at the same time from opposite ends of a 22-mile walking trail. Lynn walks at a speed of 2 5/10 miles per hour. Andre walks at a speed of 3 miles per hour. Here is a table showing the distances traveled and how far apart Lynn and Andre were over time. Use the table to find how much time passes before they meet. Look at the first column on the left, elapsed time. It starts at 0, then in the next row, it's 1. That means that they're counting by 1. In the second column, Lynn's distance in miles. It starts at 0, then goes to 2.5. It will increase by 2.5 each hour. And the next one, Andre's distance in miles. It starts at a 0, and the next one is 3. They're counting by 3. Finally, the last column, distance apart in miles. They start with 22 miles between them. And after the first hour, there's 16.5 hours between them. The distance apart in miles is decreasing by 5.5 miles each hour. Congratulations! You have completed Unit 3, Lesson 13, Benchmark Percentages.